Hello, it's Susan from Everyone Can Craft Community Interest Company again. Right, these are some mugs that I've done that are really just for fun on there. They're vaguely linked to crafting, but they're also quite fun as well. Well, I say fun. This one, there is actually a serious meaning behind this one. Have you ever been in a wheelchair and then been perfectly all right? You can think clearly, you can do things for yourself, and then somebody comes up to you and says, does the person in the wheelchair want a cup of tea?" And you feel like screaming at them because you're perfectly well capable of answering that you do want a cup of tea, but it's just they don't think that you somehow that because you're sitting in a wheelchair, you've suddenly lost your marbles. Yes, that is how many people see things, and anybody that's in a wheelchair will know that that is a way that very often people behave. And this mug was I when I saw that image of the person that was uh, sort of so frightened they were biting their nails. It's actually reminded me of the first time that I saw somebody that was had been in a long stay psychiatric hospital. I mean, um, I was only in my 20s, and this young guy, and I met somebody who had actually um, been in a long stay hospital 10 years back for 30 years. By the time I was in my early 20s, and I was absolutely petrified. Turned out to be a lovely guy, sweet natured guy that has had some some very had some very faced some very tough circumstances in his life, and had ended up living in hospital for all these days. Um, but yeah, it's that's what I overcame that fear on there, and this mug is for those who find themselves in that situation. Says, "Speak to me. I'm just an imperfect human being like you." On there, so maybe rather a sad one, that maybe more than fun, but the others are a bit more fun on this one. Well, there will be when when the slide will actually go forwards for me when I want it to do. Ah, here we are. Oh, oh, these slides, they do sometimes do strange things when you don't want them to do. Yeah, and this one's quite a fun one. Said, now the pencils are lined up, I can start. How many times do you actually get round to saying, well, oh, I can't get started until, or there, I mean, my mom actually bought one of her son-in-laws a round to it because he kept on saying, well, I'll get around to it. Um, and the other comment was something about uh, Rome. It took a long time to build Rome, but I wasn't on that job. I think, I can't remember exactly how he phrased it, but yeah, I didn't found it very difficult to line the pencils up on there. In fact, to be honest, one person saw this image on a mug and said, "Those pencils aren't really lined up enough to keep me happy." And I thought, you poor soul, fancy that. But it's on this bit of just for fun. So now the pencils are lined up, I can get started. Oh, and this is really one of my favourites. For some reason, it resonates with an awful lot of people as well. On there, a lot of people see this one and think, yeah, it works for them. And and if you can't see the text on the mug, it says, "In the beginning, I was perfectly knitted together by God, but He has not finished repairing the occasional stitch that has been dropped since then. You see, when I first saw that image of the knitting, those were the words that sprang to my mind immediately. You know, in the beginning, I was perfectly knitted together by God. He has not finished repairing the occasional stitch that has been dropped since then. Yeah, says a lot, that in a few words, doesn't it? Anyway, we're having a look and see what these mugs are like, and they are your absolutely standard 11-ounce ceramic mug with a glossy white finish, and they've been printed on by our suppliers in with according to our according to the templates we gave them with our well, in this case all blue text. They are dishwasher and microwave safe. Well, hey, so they they will last some time, and you'll be able to use them in the kitchen for just about anything, unless you drop them. That is, because like anything ceramic, they will break if you drop them. I know I have done. I have broken one of them before now. I put it on what I thought was a table, and it turned out to be tablecloth that was sticking up in the air, and there was no table underneath it, and it smashed to the ground. Oh dear! Goodbye, mug. Hmm. They're not unbreakable, but they will last a long time if you take care of them, like anything else, of course. They are 97 millimeters tall and 82 millimeters in diameter. In other words, your standard um, straight up and down ceramic mug. Now then, the other thing that I want to tell you about is why you should buy from us. You see, Everyone Can Craft is a community interest company. In other words, it's a social enterprise. And our aim is to craft a healing journey for people and places. Yes, we use crafts to help people heal. We also know that no one needs to be left out, as everyone can do something. They might not be able to do everything, but everybody can participate in some form of crafting activity. I mean, I found so many different things that people could do. I began to realize that if somebody could breathe, they could participate in something to do with crafts. It take a bit of thought and a bit of consideration, but I think it's probably the case that if you can breathe, you can craft, or at least take part in the crafting activity. And the profit from selling these mugs goes directly into developing Everyone Can Craft Community Interest Company. We want to be able to develop training programs, develop a training center, and run things that would make a big difference in the community around us, and even help other people make a difference in the community around them. Anyway, if you want to buy these mugs and support Everyone Can Craft and its lofty aims, you need to go to the Everyone Can Craft shop. Yep, it's nice and simple. 3Ws, everyonecancraft.shop. Yeah, it's nice and simple. Everyonecancraft.shop. And you'll be able to find those mugs and quite a few other ones as well. There and there we last count, I think we had about 15 or 20 different designs on there. There's only a handful there. Was it three? I think I did in this video. There's loads more on the website, so you will be interested. If you want to do anything to do with crafting and you're looking for a mug to do with that, have a look and see in the Everyone Can Craft shop. You might well find just the gift for that special person in your life. Anyway, enough for now. I'll keep on rambling if I don't stop, won't I? So go to the Everyone Can Craft shop and see what you can find there. Bye.